How's it going? I'm Jay with AquaStar Distributors. We're one of Dometic's largest distributor of marine sanitation products, and wanted to talk to you guys today about maintenance on your electronic flush vacuum flush toilet. First things first, this is not an easy job. I definitely recommend going on Dometic's website, using their Find a Dealer tool, and hiring a professional to do this. You basically need an inch-pound torque wrench to do this, and if you make a mistake, it could be pretty costly. But if you don't have a dealer in your area and you're willing to assume all the risk and liability on your own, I'm gonna make this video for you on how to change the bowl seal. So first thing you're gonna wanna do is flush a bowl or two of fresh, clean water down. We're gonna wanna shut our water pressure off, drain all that excess pressure out, okay? And then we're gonna take the toilet off the floor. Usually there's two pieces of hardware on the left and right side of the toilet. Sometimes you have these little chrome caps. You can get a little pick in there and just pry them off. That'll expose the hardware. But since we're in the studio, I don't have to do that. So we're gonna flip this toilet upside down. A little bit of water is probably gonna drain out of it. Now we have our China toilet with our plastic base. I always recommend putting something down so we don't damage the seat. The seats are pretty costly, and we don't want to scuff it up. First thing you're gonna wanna do is loosen up your hardware. I like to go nice and slow. Definitely only wanna use a 1/4-inch drive ratchet for this, and we'll take that hardware off. Now, this toilet wasn't connected, so I didn't go over the steps of disconnecting your power supply, your water supply, which is tied up in here. So we have power, water, and sometimes there's a Cat 5 cable plugged into the circuit board that'll have to be disconnected as well. Okay, now that we have this disconnected, we're gonna pull the vacuum breaker out, which can be a little tough. Might be very tough. Sometimes what I'll do is grab my needle nose. Now we'll remove our electronic base from the bowl. When you get a seal, you're gonna get all new hardware, okay? But this will be your old seal. You see that there. Little trick I do when I install my new seal, and the factory does this, and they don't tell us they do it. But what they do is they put silicone grease on both sides of the seal. All right, so let me grab a seal and I'll show you what we do. All right, so we have a brand new seal, and what I'm gonna do is take a little bit of grease and kind of paint it on there. Now we take that seal, center it as best you can. I'll then take a little bit more grease. And then grab my bowl seal. And something to be aware of, Dometic's in the process of releasing a new seal that is much darker in color. So those will be out probably beginning of Q2, middle of Q2 2025. But you're gonna take your seal, and you can probably see this side up, okay? This seal is directional. We'll take that seal, center it as best we can. And we want to stand over it and look and make sure we're nice and centered. We don't want that base to be too off to one side or the other. Now I've installed all the new L bolts, so I have my 4 nuts ready to go. You can keep your washers on your base, or you can put them in after. This can get a little tricky. That's up to you. And you're just gonna lower that down. Sometimes you have a little bit of trouble with this. Sometimes you have a lot of bit of trouble with this. A nice needle nose would be very helpful. You can pull all your hardware into place and then put your washers in. See, I probably shouldn't have put my washers on the base, but you guys will learn live. So after a couple of F-bombs and about 5 minutes of fiddling around, I'll go nice and firm, snug, with fingertip pressure only, no ratchet. Now that I'm at this point, I know earlier in the video I referred to this as a vacuum breaker. It is not a vacuum breaker. This is in fact a check valve. So we'll reinstall our check valve. And now at this point, I flip the toilet back over. And what I do is I check and make sure that I'm centered nicely. And that's about as good as you're gonna get. We're gonna grab our inch-pound torque wrench and set this to 21 inch-pounds, not foot-inch-pounds. We'll grab our extension. This extension is probably way too long, but it was very cost-effective and it gets the job done. And I'll just work it in a star pattern, slowly increasing the amount of pressure. You're gonna hear pings and pops. It's very, very uncomfortable. You'll then go ahead, take your toilet, reconnect your water supply line, your power supply, and the flush button, and reinstall. So while we're here with the toilet upside down, if you grab yourself a little pick, okay, very nice and gently, you can remove this O-ring, and it's always a good idea to replace this O-ring. I usually take a little bit of silicone grease, lubricate that up with the grease, put it back in the channel, and now you're ready to reinstall your toilet. While you're reinstalling that toilet, you may want to put a little pressure on this O-ring to ensure it doesn't jump out of place. And that's why I said just a little bit of silicone grease, a nice light coating. Too much can absolutely cause it to jump out of place. So hopefully that helped you out. I know it's difficult for us to film this in our studio and get all those tight, close quarters. But hopefully this helped you out. And most importantly, remember, if you need a bowl seal, please buy it from AquaStar Distributors. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out on the water.